Good morning, children. We have to learn the remaining part of the lesson which we have been studying for the last 3-4 days. Impact of British rule in India that we are learning. Impact of British rule in India, that part we are learning. Impact. The final result of British rule in India. That means, for a very long time, India was under the control of the British people. And during the time of the British people, what were the main impacts that happened in the land of India that we are learning? What were the what were the main important results which happened in India as a result of British rule? See, today we have to study about Charter Act. Charter Act. We should learn or we have to study about Charter Act. Charter Acts were made to renew the license of English East India Company. Renew means checking once more. Last time also I clearly told that. What is the meaning of all these things? And it was the English East India Company. It was the English East India Company who made trade relation with India. That means it was Queen Elizabeth who gave license to the English East India Company to trade with India. So, a group of British people or a group of English tradesmen came to India to make trade with India. Then, last day I told you about Regulating Act. What was the meaning of Regulating Act? I had told you last day. Regulating Act was made in the year 1773 to Regulating Act was made to regulate the activities of English East India Company in India. What is meaning? For a very long time, English East India Company officers were collecting unnecessary tax from the land of India. And they were making huge profit also from all these things. English East India Company was making huge profit from all these things. So, inside the British Parliament members began to criticize. Parliament members began to criticize the English East India Company employees or officers. So, to regulate the activities of English East India Company, Regulating Act was made. After Regulating Act, Pitt's India Act was also made. Pitt's India Act. Both Regulating Act and Pitt's India Act regulated or controlled the activities of English East India Company in the land of India. They regulated the activities of English East India Company in the land of India. Again, Charter Acts were passed for India. Charter Acts were those acts which were made by the British Parliament to renew the license of English East India Company, to make a trade contact with India. British Parliament gave license or rights to English East India Company. Charter acts were made, mainly charter acts were made to renew the license of English Academy, only for checking or only for renewing the license of English East Academy. Charter acts were made. There were so many charter acts which were made by the English Parliament for the nation of India. There were so many charter acts which were made by English Parliament for India. Charter Act of 1813. Among the Charter Acts, Charter Act of 1813 was very important. Charter Act of 1813 was very important among the Charter Acts. Then there were so many specialties or there were so many features for this act. The first feature was that English East India Company can stay for another 20 years. By the Charter Act of 1813, it was declared or it is clear that English East India Company got the power to make trade contact with India for another 20 years. For the coming 20 years or so, English East India Company got the power to make trade contact with India. Or British Parliament gave the power to make trade contact with India for another 20 years or so. Then the Charter Act decided to give license and authorization standard. According to this Charter Act or according to the Charter Act of 1813, English East India Company, according to Charter Act of 1813, British Parliament got the power to give license to the companies to make trade contact with India. Next one. Board of Directors were there in India. Board of Directors. During this particular time, Board of Directors were there in the land of India. Board of Directors got the power to appoint Governor General and Commander in Chief of British Army in the land of India. That means Board of Directors were there in India. Then what was the Board of Directors were there in India? According to the Charter Act of 1813, Board of Directors got two types of powers. Board of Directors got the power to appoint Governor General and Commander in Chief in the land of India. They got such a power. Then, other than these things, another power was also there. The British people were mainly Christians. The British people were Christians. They were Christians. And the British people entered or came to India. British people entered or came to India. For what purpose? That is one thing. British people came to India to make a trade contact with India. They had another idea also in their mind. Their another idea was to spread Christianity in the land of India. That was their another idea. spreading of Christianity was another idea of British people. So, British people gave permission. British people gave permission. British people gave permission to. British people really gave permission to Christian churches to claim or to enter in the land of India. Or Christian missionaries got the right. Christian missionaries got the right or power to establish churches in the land of India. Charter Act of 1833. Charter Act of 1833 was another act which was implemented in the land of India. Charter Act of 1833 was implemented to improve Indian situation. This Charter Act was implemented mainly for improving Indian situation. For the purpose of improving Indian situation, all these things were made. Only for improving Indian situation, Charter Act of 1833 was made. According to the Charter Act of 1833, English East India Company got the power to make trade contact with India for another 20 years. This was a specialty. According to Charter Act of 1833, English East India Company got the power to make trade contact with India for another 20 years. This power was given by British Parliament to English East India Company. Then, according to the Charter Act of 1833, Governor of Bengal was known as Governor General of India. Last day also the same topic we have discussed. Or we discussed the same topic yesterday also. What I told you? For the easiness of administration or for easy administration, India was divided into 3 presidencies. One was Madras or President Chennai, another one was Bombay or President Mumbai, another one was Bengal. Bombay had a governor, Madras had another governor, Bengal had another governor. So, according to the Charter Act, what happened? According to the Charter Act, what happened? That we have to think. According to the Charter Act, what actually happened? That we have to know, or we should think what happened. According to the Charter Act of 1833, Bengal governor will be known as Governor General of India. Governor General of Bengal will have command over the governors of Bombay and Madras. This was another feature or speciality of 1833 Charter Act. Then, Governor General will control the whole trade in India. British people were purchasing items from the land of India. British traders were purchasing items from the land of India. And they were selling items to India which they had brought from foreign countries. So, according to the Charter Act, Governor General had the right or Governor General had the power to control the whole trade which was going on in the land of India. Bengal area was known as the area of central government. Bengal area or Bengal side was known as the area of central government. According to the Charter Act of 1833, Bengal central government will decide everything connected with war. If British people has to conduct war, it was the Bengal central government or Governor General of Bengal was deciding everything. Peace agreements, peace means Shanti. All the peace agreements or Shanti agreements, or the peace agreements or the Shanti agreements were made by British Governor General. Diplomatic relations, how the British people must make diplomatic relations with other areas were also decided by the English East India Company of Bengal area. Then Governor General can express his difference of opinion with the executive committee members. Last time also I told you that one executive committee of Governor General was there in the land of India. One executive committee of Governor General was there in the land of India. The executive committee will make their own opinions. The executive committee will make their own opinions. The executive committee began to make their own opinions. So, according to the Charter Act of 1833, what happened? According to the Charter Act of 1833, sometimes the executive committee may present their opinions. Sometimes the executive committee may present their opinions, but Governor General may have his own opinions. So, when the Governor General had his own opinions, it was the necessity of the Governor to express his difference of opinion with the executive committee. That means, Governor General had no compulsion to obey the opinions of which one? To obey the opinions of executive committee. And Charter Act of 1833 clearly told that there will be no discrimination in the land of India. There will be no discrimination in the land of India on the basis of caste, religion, skin, color, etc. in the land of India. That means 1833 Charter Act clearly expressed or clearly told that all people will be same or equal before the law. All people will be same or all people will be equal before the law. There will be no discrimination on the basis of caste with jati, religion, mother, skin, color. Color means Varna. Color of the skin. That means in the land of India, all people or everybody will be same. That was the opinion of which one? That was the opinion of 1833 Charter Act. Then Governor General got the power to appoint. The Governor General got the power to appoint one low member in the executive committee of the governor. Governor General had one executive committee governor. Governor General had or Governor General possessed one executive committee. Governor General had or Governor General possessed one executive committee. In that executive committee, what happened? Governor Charter Act of 1833 gave the power to make trade contact with India to all the British companies. In the beginning, only English East India Company, in the beginning or during the starting days, in the beginning or during the starting days, only English East India Company had the power to make trade contact with India. But now, all the English companies got the power to make trade contact with India. See, dear children, once more I will repeat the same thing. Dear children, today's date is 26/9/2002, and we are studying the topic of 10th EM students, 3rd lesson of history. Charter Act. Charter Act we have studied about Charter Act. We have learned or we have studied about Charter Act. What is the meaning of Charter Act? Then we have to think. What is the meaning or what is meant by Charter Act? That we should think. Charter Act means all the acts which are presented by or passed by the British Parliament. All the acts which were passed by the British Parliament for India is known as Charter Act. There were so many Charter Acts. Charter Acts were passed or implemented. Charter Acts were passed or implemented for one purpose. Charter Acts were passed or implemented to renew the license of English East India Company. In order to renew the license of English East India Company in the land of India, Charter Acts were made. Then there were so many Charter Acts which were made by the British Parliament. So many Charter Acts were made by the British Parliament inside the Parliament of Britain. First one is Charter Act of 1813. Charter Act of 1813 was an important act which was passed by British Parliament. There were so many sections in this act. There were so many sections.